Hey LeGrand Alive, this is Eastern Oregon Adventures, and today we're talking about knots! So, today we are here, we have Eric Valentine, who is a retired judge and former Scoutmaster, and he is here to teach two ex-sort-of Boy Scouts a couple of the most essential knots that you're going to need while camping. So, Eric, what are we learning today?
Well, first we're learning three basic knots that'll help you when you're out in the woods with your tent and doing other activities. The first one we will start with, and let me show you the Boy Scout handbook here, which for all Boy Scouts who want to do tenderfoot and second class and first class advancement, there are certain knots they need to master. So a lot of Scouts basically do learn their knots at a very young age. An exceptionally useful, it's a knot or actually a hitch, it's a double half hitch. You use it to, for instance, to attach your guy line from your tent to a tent stake. It involves making this loop, going inside the loop twice, then coming out, and when you're outside you make this outside loop. You bring it together, and this kind of serves as a lock. You've got to really tighten this down, because until this really locks tight, you don't get the full force.
Now,
But
do you want
this
me to
would-
pull on that, or like?
Well, in just a moment, let me just explain. This would be attached someplace to your tent, and this would be your tent stake. You'd be putting around your tent stake. And let's say you want to make it tighter. Taut, of course, T-A-U-T means tight. You would loosen it this way. And let's see if our lock is tight enough. Pull on it here.
All right.
Don't break my table.
Okay. So again, in a wind, I mean, probably the wind wouldn't be too much more powerful
Sure.
than you're pulling on it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, if you want to put slack in it, you just bring it down that way.
Sure.
Now, I don't know if we have time enough to
I think
let
I could
you
try this.
it.
I'll try
All
this
right.
one, and then if we
Well,
have, and then
go ahead,
maybe
and
Jim
I'll
can try one of
and
the
I'll
other
kind
ones.
of help you along the way.
Okay.
So you make the loop
Okay. Make the loop
and
and
come
go
in
through it,
once,
and then
one
twice.
more time,
Okay.
and then you come out on top of this and come over on that rope and then
Okay.
tuck it in that loop.
In this loop right here,
Mhm.
and then you pull it.
Pull it and tighten this little, wait a minute, tighten
Oh,
this
oh.
little lock down and play with it. No, tighten it with both hands and pull it up here and pull this part too, Will.
This part.
Yeah, that little short new, yeah, pull it out. Okay, now, go ahead, let's pull it and see if see, yeah,
Looks like tight.
you did it.
All right.
Now make it a
Probably more
make
success
it a
than I
big
ever
loop.
had in
Yeah,
Boy Scouts
well,
doing
make
this.
make it a big loop. I want you to practice how you actually manipulate it.
Okay. So
Yeah, there you go. Now pull it again.
now can I go back
Hey!
in? Oh, I
Yeah.
can go back in.
You can
Wow.
go back in.
That's
It's
fancy.
useful too, and you can use this on a roof rack if you want to tie something down, attach whatever you want to attach to your roof, and you use the taut line, and that gives you the tension much better than if you were just tying a square knot or something like that.
And this is the half hitch.
No,
No.
this is the taut line.
Taut line. Taut
Yes.
line. You're
Taut
keeping
line
something
hitch.
taut. Okay.
Exactly. Now, hey, let's move on to. Now that he passed so well, Jim, we'll put a little bit of pressure
You're on the
you.
spot now, Joe.
This isn't good.
Another useful camping knot. Let's say you've got two short ropes. Maybe you want to put a guy wire in to attach your tent to the tent stake, but it's too short. You've got two short ropes and you need to extend them. You need to make it longer. Well, commonly people make a square knot. The problem with a square knot is that every time you attach two ropes together, it weakens the overall strength of the knot. And with a square knot, it diminishes, I think between 50 and 60 or 65%.
Huh.
With a sheet bend, which is a sheet is a sail, with the sheet bend, the strength once you have it done is maybe 80% of overall rope strength. So you make a loop here. Here, let's do it together here, Jim.
Okay.
Get your rope there.
I'll step over
So
here.
make your loop. No, we're gonna do this together. So make a loop. Get the other rope though, because we're extending these.
Okay.
Now this is a little subtle. It takes a little time. I'm the type who I need 50 times at least doing a knot before I
See, the thing is,
master it.
for
So-
me, like I probably use,
so-
I depend on the same 3 knots, and they're probably not the right knots at
Well,
all. But I just know how they work, and
yeah.
that's just what
Well,
I
and
always
that's-
end
and
up
that's
using.
what
I
it
don't think there are
takes.
any of these that you're going to show us either.
You really shouldn't get discouraged when you try something once or twice and haven't mastered it. It takes lots of practice.
I'm really discouraged.
So anyway, I make your loop kind of the same direction as mine here.
Yep.
Then you bring the your right hand up through the loop. You come around both sides in the back. Okay. So make it look, can you make it look like this? And then you bring this lead line, you bring it through the loop to get out. You're kind of making a little X. And then you pull it down to the loop. You got to pull it kind of all at once. If you try just part of the rope, it'll come loose. So you've got to tighten it up there, and then you pull it tight. Yeah, you got it. And that here, pull mine, and we'll pull together. So it holds, and that adds extra strength.
Okay.
So one more if we have time.
Yeah, I think we have just a little bit more
All
time.
right.
So real quick,
This
go through
one,
one more.
this one we'll let you watch, and I'll take more time off camera maybe to actually teach you. It's,
It'll take a lot more time.
yeah.
This is a do it at
this
home.
This is
one,
the most
Legrand Alive.
fantastic. This is the bowline, and I think everybody's heard of the bowline. It's the rabbit goes around the tree. So the top part is the tree, and you put that part. In fact, let's both you guys do it together. Let's do it together. So make a loop
Okay.
to the. Let's make it going to the right, so we're all functioning the same direction.
Okay.
And you put what we're going to call the tree. This long part, we're going to put the tree on top of the loop.
Okay.
So do you see how I've got that on the top? Then, since the tree is on top, the rabbit goes down the rabbit hole, but it enters over the front lip, goes in the rabbit hole, it goes around the tree, but it goes around the tree by going on top. And then here's a critical part. You bring it back through the rabbit hole. You don't bring it back through the big loop. You bring it through the rabbit hole.
Yep.
And
The physics
you pull
of
it,
this
you pull
knot
it there,
are
and then
very
here's another
interesting.
little thing. You've got to hold the rabbit, and then you hold the loop with your two ring finger and little finger.
I am so far.
I
away
know
from
I
you
have
right
lost
now.
it there, Eric.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I've just got
with
a
this,
ball of
maybe we should leave it this way, and the next week, next time filming, you can show a successful bowling.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Well, you got a successful bowling, so look at his Legrand Alive.
Yeah.
There it is.
And we will quite possibly do another episode on some more knots later on. But
Yeah, I think we might want to
well,
do one on climbing knots too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be a good
I
one.
will say also what is interesting, there is a very good knot app that does it in 3 dimensions, and so you
And
could
what's that called?
get well, it's just called Knots of all things.
Oh, well, wonderful.
Yes, right, there it is.
Cool.
Knots 3D,
All right. Cool.
all
and
right.
it's a fairly inexpensive app. So
Cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Legrand Alive, for tuning in. This has been Eastern Oregon Adventures, and we've been talking about knots today. Please like and share the video, and tune in to legrandalive.tv for more local content.